Hi guys. This is your English hero, Sir Paul. Are you familiar with the word research? Throughout junior high school, your teacher will ask you to research a topic. It may be anything under the sun, but what is important is that you guys will not get lost in the middle of its process. Before we discuss the process of research, it is important that we understand thoroughly what research is and its particular nature. Research is creative and systematic work undertaken to increase the stock of knowledge. It involves the collection, organization and analysis of evidence to increase understanding of a topic, characterized by a particular attentiveness to controlling sources of bias and error. Now, here are the basic steps in the research process. The first step is, identify and develop your topic. Selecting a topic can be the most challenging part of a research assignment. Since this is the very first step in writing a paper, it is vital that it be done correctly. Here are some tips for selecting a topic. Select a topic within the parameters set by the assignment. Many times your teachers will give you clear guidelines as to what you can and cannot write about. Failure to work within these guidelines may result in your research proposal being deemed unacceptable by your teachers. Here is the second tip. Select a topic of personal interest to you and learn more about it. The research for and writing of a paper will be more enjoyable if you are writing about something that you find interesting. I got the third tip, guys. Select a topic for which you can find a manageable amount of information. Do a preliminary search of information sources to determine whether existing sources will meet your needs. If you find too much information, you may need to narrow your topic. If you find too little, you may need to broaden your topic. The fourth tip is, be original. Your teachers read hundreds of research papers every year, and many of them are on the same topics. Stand out from your classmates by selecting an interesting and off-the-beaten-path topic. Still can't come up with a topic to write about? If yes, this is the last tip. See your teacher for advice. Once you have identified your topic, it may help to state it as a question. For example, if you are interested in finding out about the pandemic of COVID in the Filipino population, you might pose the question, what are the causes of COVID in the Philippines? By posing your subject as a question, you can more easily identify the main concepts or keywords to be used in your research. The second step is, do a preliminary search for information. Before beginning your research in earnest, do a preliminary search to determine whether there is enough information out there for your needs and to set the context of your research. Look up your keywords in the appropriate titles in the library's reference collection, such as encyclopedias and dictionaries, and in other sources such as our catalog of books, periodical databases, and internet search engines. Additional background information may be found in your lecture notes, textbooks, and reserve readings. You may find it necessary to adjust the focus of your topic in light of the resources available to you. The third step on the list is, locate materials. After you finalize the topic, locate the materials that you will use in your research. Identify the books, magazines, newspapers, websites, videos, images, and even podcasts that you can use. Next is, ask the proper authorities for advice, such as your teacher, the librarian, or anyone who has an experience in research. Lastly, you can use the internet search engines to pinpoint the internet material or digital material that you can use. The fourth step is, evaluate your sources. Evaluate the reliability of your sources. Generally, a source is reliable if it provides a thorough, well-reasoned theory, argument, discussion, or conclusion based on strong evidence. Use books written by reputable authors and articles from well-established newspapers and magazines. Also, check the credentials of the authors on the websites, articles, and blogs. Step 5. Make notes. Consult the resources you have chosen and note the information that will be useful in your paper. Be sure to document all the sources you consult, even if there is a chance you may not use that particular source. The author, title, publisher, URL, and other information will be needed later when creating a bibliography. Step 6 is, write your paper. Begin by organizing the information you have collected. The next step is the rough draft, wherein you get your ideas on paper in an unfinished fashion. This step will help you organize your ideas and determine the form your final paper will take. After this, you will revise the draft as many times as you think necessary to create a final product to turn in to your teacher. The seventh step is, cite your sources properly. Give credit where credit is due. Cite your sources. Citing or documenting the sources used in your research serves two purposes. It gives proper credit to the authors of the materials used, and it allows those who are reading your work to duplicate your research and locate the sources that you have listed as references. The MLA and the APA styles are two popular citation formats. Failure to cite your sources properly is plagiarism. Plagiarism is avoidable. The last step is, Step 8, proofread. The final step in the process is to proofread the paper you have created. Read through the text and check for any errors in spelling, grammar, and punctuation. Make sure the sources you used are cited properly. Make sure the message that you want to get across to the reader has been thoroughly stated.